reaction for the Shirewolves versus Korruption team title match. This is also a bit of a test because we haven't really used StreamYard to do live reactions yet. The fact that you can't screen share with audio means that we probably won't be able to do these like, you know, with more than one person at a time, but that's fine. If the audio levels are not great, please let me know, because that's the only way I'll know that this doesn't work outside of 2 hours later rewatching the stream. Outside of that, just be active in the chat, and I hope everything goes well. I'm assuming it will be a great match. I've heard nothing but the best. Somehow I've avoided all spoilers up to this point, which is a feat unto itself. What I expect from this match outside of just an amazing match. Obviously, the Shirewolves are retiring. That's not a surprise. I'm going to be really sad, but at the same time, just the legacy that these ladies have made for the Schmoedown and everything is amazing. But I'm expecting the Shirewolves to win. I think that they are driven to leave the match, leave the entire Schmoedown on, you know, their peak, right? They want to defend these belts. They want to defend them against the best. And right now the best team is Korruption, besides the Shirewolves. So, you know, it's going to be a great match. I do hope they win. At the same time, if they lose, you know, they showed that they are the team to beat in pretty much every respect since they came on the scene. So they've done exactly what they wanted to do, and they've done it with, you know, a lot of heart, and man, I'm gonna miss them, but we're gonna get this going. So let's set this up. It'll take 1 second and play. So yeah, you're gonna be getting my audio feed directly from my microphone. So if it sucks in the chat, please let me know. Also, I have no idea how long this video up front goes, so I might want to fast forward a little bit, and I'll let you know in case anyone decides they want to like watch it along. Oh, it's a lot of time, huh? Okay, well, we're skipping forward. Live videos are my favorite. Let's see. Wow, I would have sat here for 15 minutes if I let this play out. Aren't you glad I didn't let this play out? Okay, here we go.
Lucy.
Oh, it's an ad. Good. Great. Perfect. Ads are my favorite. Well, hopefully we don't get a lot more ads. And it's a blank screen. My other favorite. Hopefully we don't get more blank screens. I can't tell if this is a purposeful blank screen or if my video died. Either way.
Captain?
Okay, good. There we go.
Lovely as always.
Nice to see you too. You've been doing an amazing
At take
job.
3, we like
You guys
everything to
are
go well and there to be
so
no technical
refreshing.
issues. So far, so good.
Absolutely doing. I'm really appreciative, and I think we're working
Hey,
really well together.
Jeremy.
I'm grateful for all the things that you've done for the Odd Couple.
Do me a favor, friend, and
so
let me
much
know
for
if you
saying
can hear the audio from
There's
the
one
YouTube
thing, though,
video as well
mostly
as from
online,
my
I'm
mic.
noticing that you haven't really made any big moves. You haven't really done anything huge, like dropped any bombs. And I'm a little surprised because it doesn't seem much like you.
Big things take time. They take planning. They take thought. I have something to show you. This is something that I like to call the nuke.
The nuke?
The nuke. Why don't you take a look at it?
The
I'd be
nuke?
very curious to hear what you think.
Interesting. Okay. What could it be? We're going to have another one of these.
But also, I don't know. And there's no way that Kristen ever goes.
Thank you, Jeremy. You're the best.
Oh. Yes, you will.
Everyone go watch JTH's reactions.
Yes.
Just saying.
I mean,
because he's awesome.
Anyone
Gift
who
king.
cannot recognize genius is by definition a moron.
Okay,
And
I'm really hungry, so that plate of like potatoes and mac and cheese and whatever else is there is looking very good for me.
That's true. I don't think Christian's a moron either. Good luck with this.
Oh, I don't think I'm going to need luck at all. I think Christian's going to go for this.
Okay. I hear this promo is amazing. Nerd Chronic is pretty much one of the best things to happen to the Schmoedown in a very long time. Get out of here, advertisement. In the air tonight. Just as a disclaimer, if my child wakes up, I'm the only one home, so it'll just be like a view of my room while I go put her back to sleep. So
the Shirewolves. Look, the Shirewolves are
just in
one
case
of,
it
if not
was
the best team of all time in the movie trivia Schmoedown. Classy, Clark Wolf, the Crusher, Rachel Cushing, legends of the game, and the team champions. They made a decision. They sat down, myself with the Shirewolves, and they said,
I was not invited.
You were not invited to that one. They said, This is it. Win or lose, we are going to step down. They wanted to make sure, because I made
I'm already
this
sad.
that I said to them, I said, look, if you wanted to, you guys have nothing else to prove now. You can just step away and we'll put the belts on the line in the tournament. And they said, no. We want to go out. Korruption earned their spot. We want to play them. And in order to do that, we had to find this time. We had a special time to do it. It's today. Thank you to Thad and to Mark Fernandez and everybody for making this happen tonight. The Crew of Collider stayed extra late today just to make sure that this match happened tonight for the fans.
How about a hand for the crew, everybody? Huh? I mean, this is what
they are the best
about the Schmoedown. And it is incidental that it is happening on a Thursday night right now, because remember the Friends Seinfeld lineup, must-see TV? That's exactly what this is going to be, because as you said, the Shirewolves, they're looking to ride off into the sunset like the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, but Korruption is looking to crystal skull them and take those belts and ride off into their own future in the movie trivia Schmoedown team division.
And it's funny you say that, because ever since we announced that this would be the last match for the Shirewolves,
a lot of tears,
rightfully so, there's been a lot of motion. The fans have gotten behind it. There's been a lot of support for it and everything. This is the last match for the Shirewolves. And Korruption has kind of taken a back seat to all this. And you have to think there are two things on the table here for Korruption. If Chance Ellison happens to win the title tonight, he will surpass his rival Paul Oyama, and he will be the youngest champion of all time. Mike Kalinowski will be the third double-belted champion of all time. So Korruption's fighting for a lot right now. But yes, it's about the Shirewolves. It really is. And you look at what they have accomplished, and this would be the fourth time overall that they've won a title match. You know, there's so much on the line for the Shirewolves, but they've earned everything that they've done.
You look at their significance in the history of the movie trivia Schmoedown, both inside the ring and outside, what it means to the people at large, what it has meant to fans around the world to be able to watch Rachel and Clark compete together.
I don't like this.
Sterling
I really don't
individual competitors, and when they team up, there's just an extra ingredient of magic. But Korruption, I mean, this is the role they were born to play, is a spoiler to somebody's going away party. That's why I wore the varsity jacket, because it's a graduation for the Shirewolves.
Well, you said it, because Classic Clark Wolf,
also, like, I'm super sick.
She was the
so, like, if I feel like I have no energy, it's because I literally have no energy. That's how important the Shirewolves are to me.
Challenge for a title. Kept on playing.
I feel terrible, but I still want to support
just
them.
Like that. And then Rachel, she was the one that came to me and said, Rachel Cushing's answered questions in the crowd. Get her a match. And they didn't join forces right away, but eventually they did, and they formed this big super team that they are now with the Shirewolves. But you also mentioned Mike Kalinowski. Cushing and Kalinowski again, and people forget, and I said this yesterday on this live stream that I did, one of the most underrated matches of all time was Wolf versus Kalinowski. It was a #1 contender match for the singles championship. Sudden death, and Clark Wolf took that victory. So there's a lot of history between these teams. Just never have they gone together in the teams match.
I love it. I think that the wild card here tonight could be Chance Ellis and him teaming up with Mike Kalinowski. How's that chemistry going to play out? We know how it's going to play out for the Shirewolves. This is what we've been waiting for. As a great band once said, I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
I made that joke.
Well,
See,
again,
me and
that's
Ellis.
excited. I'm excited
Me and
too.
Ellis
And
are
if that didn't get you
connected
pumped up, check out this great trailer
mentally.
here by our own, the Nerd Chronic. Mr. Eric, let's take it away.
He literally is. He's so good.
Teams division after that match. IG, singles, this is it.
Yes. Shirewolves.
Rachel the Crusher Cushing.
This is quite possibly one of the best teams we've ever
There's
seen.
fan favorites out there for a reason.
Really going to do something
Can
dynamic.
you bring that A game every
They're
time?
both legends of the game.
The journey has just been more than I expected.
Thank
but
you,
also,
Jeremy.
I don't think that I ever thought
Jeremy
that I would
says
get to a place of such
the Shirewolves are the
just,
greatest
even
pair up
keel
since
about
Why not go out
JTH
try it once?
and
I don't think
IMG
I'll win.
Flip.
I don't think
because he's the gift
this
king.
will actually go
Thank
very
you.
far. But
You're gonna
I'll
make
put
me
my money
not
where my
cry
mouth
on
is.
camera because you're gonna make me laugh.
Both of us
Thank
had roller coaster rides to get here. We had strong ups at the beginning. We had the really crushing defeats. That's a part of it. It's a hard part of it, but at the end of the day, when I look back on it, it was almost more special having dealt with all the bumps along the way.
Is it somewhat poetic that the last match is against Mike Kalinowski?
Of course it is.
The movie trivia Schmoedown is not about the storylines ending all happy and fluffy, like a cake at a wedding. It is about truth. It's about destiny.
You must be Destiny taking over, is that right?
Yeah, I'm Destiny. This is now a titan of the game. I'm not intimidated, not one damn bit.
Chance Ellison now has a title shot. Mike Kalinowski has his first title shot outside of the Inner Geekdom division.
We have a path in front of us. 2 future champions together.
You all doubted me. I set out last year to take that team title, and I got
Sorry.
it. I'm taking those
I need
team
drugs.
titles. We're going to
Fill
all
drugs.
take out to the end of this. Every time I open my mouth and say what I'm going to do, it happens. You see what happens when you doubt me. Keep doubting me. You've seen the consequences of when you do that to me. What happens?
And now this is one more time that Mike Kalinowski gets to play Rachel Cushing for a championship. So the story is there once again.
You know, they had that great streak, but now they've lost. I know what it's like to lose. Losing makes you a better competitor. Great competitors, they take the loss in stride. You come back stronger than ever before. I proved that. He's going to prove it. We're going to be champions.
I still have won far more matches against Mike than he's won against me. I'll just point that out. And I'm determined to make sure that our record versus each other ends at 4-1. We're fighters, and we always want to put our money where our mouths are, and we will always get up here and answer the questions. So we're going out swinging.
We're gonna go out there and give them hell.
We loved playing. We loved everything we've done so far, and we want to give you one last show. We want to come up here one last time. We fight all the way to the end.
Ah, it's already started. How dare you? Ooh. I blame Nerd Chronic. This is too much. This is just too
Oh,
much.
there should be a women's league. There's no women's league.
We are the league.
We are the league. We're in the league, and we're the winners right now.
we have accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. We're incredibly proud of what we've done. And to the fans, we are so incredibly grateful for all of the support, and this last one is for you.
How many minutes are we into the stream? It's gonna be a long stream.
Did you hear that ripping electric guitar?
Yeah.
Was that Harold Faltermeyer's score from Top Gun? What a promo that was, Christian. Win or lose with the Shirewolves. I hope everybody out there bought stock in Kleenex, because we're going to be going through more tissues than Bakuga in high school.
That's probably accurate.
I know I made some
An
mistakes.
ad.
I know.
Okay, while we have this advertisement,
Managed to
can I
I
say
don't know how to be
that skip ad? Thank you.
Sure. Good.
I don't know how
That's
many
why
more
we call her
ads are going to
Classic
be in
Car
this
Wolf,
video,
because we
but
needed her.
hopefully not too many more.
Well, it's hard to beat that.
And hopefully not where like it makes an emotional,
David B. I want to give props
you know,
to David
anything
B.
to my life.
And Eric for doing. That promo. David B. has been doing a lot of our original music, and man, that was just something special.
See,
That
friends
I
with Joe Satriani.
Yeah, he's
I mean, who was
great.
that on electric
He's
guitar?
But, you know,
he's been
Mark, when
doing
you
stuff
look
for
at
a couple
that,
months
look at
now,
that promo, you
and
see all the
his
history
original music is so good. Like I think he did Rachel's most recent Inner Geekdom entrance music, and it was so good.
Rookie, and
It was,
Mike
like, perfect.
Kalinowski was just having a hell of a year. I mean, he really has just turned around from what he was when he first started to a pretty good player to a great player. This feels, you can feel it in the air. It feels like a heavyweight title fight.
You look at the history that is between Clark and Rachel, what they've done individually, what Korruption has posed as a threat to them in the team division. I mean, this is everything you want in a matchup, regardless of sport. I think that people across different lines, whether you care about soccer, whether you care about boxing, football, basketball, baseball, whatever it is, you love the spirit of competition. You love when it's all on the line. That's exactly what you're getting, and it's about to go down right now. 5 rounds, winner take all.
All right, Mark, so let us know a little bit of tail of the tape here between both of the teams, both Korruption and the Shirewolves.
Well, we're going to start actually with the Shirewolves, because the Shirewolves, they are great at comic book movies, horror movies, and being the greatest team that ever was.
I agree.
Korruption.
I agree,
They are
100%.
great at action movies, James Bond movies, and trying to dethrone the greatest team that ever was.
All right, well, that being said, the tail of the tape, it's out there. I ask you, are you ready?
I'm pumped.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
San Diego's high school football rules.
5 rounds for the movie trivia Schmoedown Team Championship of the World. Introducing first. Led to the ring by their managers, Grace Hancock and the pit boss, Ken Knapsack, with a record of 4 wins, 1 defeat. They are the #1 ranked contenders, the Cobra, Chance Ellison, and the movie trivia Schmoedown Inner Geekdom Champion of the World, Mike the Killer Kalinowski, Korruption!
I don't want them to win. Mike's great, and Chance is great. Great people, but I don't want them to win. Mike knows. He knows how I feel about him winning things.
Look at the Inner Geekdom champ. He's going to be trying to become the third ever double champion. And what if he did it? He would be taking both of the belts off of his rival, Rachel Cushing.
That's right. And Ken having a little bit of fun
Let's be
with the
sick together.
Shirewolves
You
and
should
what
join
this
the
means
stream,
to them,
and then
with what
we
he
can
wrote on
just
the
both
whiteboard.
be
You say
miserable
goodbye, I say hello.
together.
That's obviously a famous Monkey song.
Right. True. All right. And their opponents.
I don't think that's accurate.
Led to the ring by Emma Fife and Mark Andreyko, with a record of 7 wins.
I'm gonna miss hearing this
1
song,
defeat and 2
but I'm probably
knockouts.
also not gonna miss our videos being demonetized because of this thing.
Defending undisputed movie trivia
Hi, Graham. Thanks for
Schmoedown
watching.
Team Champions of the World,
Yeah, we need more. We need all the mods to be
The
in here
Crusher, Rachel
because
Cushing,
reasons.
the Shirewolves.
Because then I won't be as alone if there's more people in the
For
chat.
one night only, the Fight Club reunites.
Waving
Oh,
to their
no.
crowd of admirers.
Like, I'm
Sold out
glad,
crowd
but
here to cheer
oh,
on the Shirewolves in their
no.
last match.
The
Their last
feels.
intro, it is hugs all around for this very tightly knit. You know, you would say group, I say
I'm
family.
still
It is
super
gonna be
sad
rooting
that
on
Mark
Clark and Rachel
left
here tonight.
And Korruption,
the
give him respect.
group
Corruption, look at Korruption, give him respect.
to
The
be in his
audience,
new
give him
team.
respect.
Like, I'm
Big
glad
round
his
of
new team's
applause for the
working out
Wolves.
well, but
Mike
like,
Kalinowski,
he
showing
loved
respect
being
to
in the group with
Shirewolves as
Rachel and
everybody
Clark
getting
so
ready to play
much.
this match. Look at all the gold up there too.
I like the handshakes. I'm going to
Yeah,
take
of
back
course.
some of the things that I've written on social media about corruption.
Well, they are sitting down. They are ready to play. This is it. The team's
It's a good one.
title is
That was a
on
good
the
joke.
line.
Thank you.
Belts
I know.
on
This
stage.
is the Shirewolves' final match
Yeah.
in this championship match. Mark, rules of round number one.
In round number one, this is the team format. However, round number one is an individual exercise of movie trivia, Schmoedown know-how. The field will hear 8 questions from 8 different genres of cinema. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing available in round number one. As soon as we ask the question, you have, give or take 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard that we have so kindly provided in front of you with the marker that RB3 picked up not an hour ago at Michael's.
Good job. See, there's no chance of the
Once
marker
the
being
question
dead
is asked, and we
if they
address
buy
you by
new ones
your
every
first
match.
name.
That's a
Please
huge
reveal what you
expense,
wrote on the whiteboard to
honestly.
your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt at an answer into the microphone. Each team has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a question, you just want to buy yourself another 15 seconds, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point throughout the 5-round match. Christian, feels good.
It does feel good. So we ask the champions first, are you ready? And the challengers, are you ready?
Microphone's not working.
We're ready.
Perfect.
Let's get it.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
It's the only thing with the live matches that
All right.
isn't great. Is
Question
every
number
once in a while
one,
they
round
have
number
something
one
that's
comes from the realm
not
of
great
comedies. Everybody,
technically.
comedies.
And then there's nothing you can really do
they did
about
right.
that in a
Thank
live
you.
setting,
Yeah, thank you.
obviously,
All right.
given the fact that I've
Who
had
stars
ads running
as
in
a
this video.
basketball player named Jackie Moon in the sports comedy Semi-Pro?
I've been watching that Mindhunter.
Okay, I'm probably going to get no questions right,
Yeah,
given the
I
fact
like
that
the way
not
he reminds me of a young Matthew.
I'm not good at trivia
Oh,
to
yeah?
begin with.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't
5,
sleep anymore, and
4,
also I'm sick, so I'm not even
3,
going to try.
2, 1. We start
Unless
with
I
Clark
really
Wolf.
know one.
Will Ferrell.
Yes, Mike. Rachel.
Will Ferrell.
Chance.
Will Ferrell.
Jeremy. He's ready to get them all wrong again because he's already seen the match.
There
Well,
so 2-2. 2-2. That
we'll
is
get
the
them
score
wrong
at the
together,
moment.
friends.
Dramas. Dramas is your next category, and your query is: Joel Schumacher directed Demi Moore, Rob Lowe, and Emilio Estevez in what 1980s movie? Where were you?
I do know this one,
1980s, Christian Georgia.
but I
there
don't
we
know
go.
this
80s, I
one.
remember.
Sitting in an above ground pool, swimming
Bye,
around. eating grilled
Razika.
cheese
Go
sandwiches
sleep
like me.
and
Did you
not
focus
be
on
sick
me?
anymore.
Like, what are you doing over there? 5,
What's Christian doing
4,
today, Mom?
3, 2. I'm going to go visit him in California. 1. Hands down, Mike Kalinowski.
Flatliners.
No. Rachel.
I was going to say it's
St.
not
Elmo's
flat.
Fire.
Yes, Chance.
Thank you.
St. Elmo's Fire.
And Clark.
I
St. Elmo's
really,
Fire.
really should have known that one.
Only Mike missed
That is
it
like
there.
a peek
4-3.
into
Flatliners answer
what my
not
brain is
as
like
bad.
right
I
now.
heard
Is that
Flatliners.
I
I'm like,
watch
oh,
that
wait, there's
movie
a lot of people. Yeah,
pretty
there's some
frequently.
crossover
I think
there.
it's
All right,
hilarious.
Question 3 is
Like,
from directors.
80s
Directors.
cheese, and I
Who
love
directed the films Dark Man and A Simple Plan?
You wonder something great about St. Elmo's Fire?
I would love to.
So there's like the sax player in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
He
I
performed
couldn't
at the
it. Directors
the
are a
sexy sax
huge
player.
weak
He's still
spot.
got the, he's
But
still got the hair.
everyone
there's another
here
sax
is
player.
doing
5,
ridiculously well
Maybe he's
so
the
far.
real sax player
4,
because Rob Lowe wasn't hitting that.
3,
Maybe he wasn't.
2, 1. Pens down. And
Jeremy,
Rachel.
no, not Die Hard.
Sam Raimi.
Yes, Chance.
Sam Raimi.
I also
Mark.
should have known
Sam
that.
Raimi.
Oh my god.
Sam Raimi.
Yep, there we go.
I'm turning in my Michigan
We're
card.
marching down by 1. Marching down by 1. And next question.
Oh,
Mark.
that's
We move on
bad.
to the world of fantasy/science fiction. Question is: what film stars Bradley Cooper as a struggling writer who uses a mysterious pill that allows him to use 100% of his brain abilities? think you know the question I'm going to ask you. How much of
Oh
your
no,
brain
I know this one
are you
too. Oh
using
my
right
god,
now?
it's like unlimited.
2%. I have no sleep, but I would also say that
It's nice for all the fans that are watching.
fine. Oh, sorry.
You got
5.
2%
Graham,
of our
I'm
roll. That's a
watching
lot more
on
than yours. You got
literally a
3.
very tiny screen
2,
because I have to have it
1.
open.
Pens down, please. Chance.
I'm working.
Yes, Clark.
Limitless.
Limitless. Thank
Limitless.
you.
Rachel.
Oh my god.
Limitless.
There you go. So all
Yeah, I can't see his shirt that well, so I couldn't tell you.
All right, here is the next category. Number 5 is movie release dates.
So just
In
one
what
miss so
year
far. That's pretty
Did
good.
G.I. Joe Retaliation come out? The classic.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe
This is,
Retaliation. It's
this
like
is what we call a
2009.
perfect ground buster.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
Who
That is-
cares? It wasn't good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's a
Clark, what do you
sequence
got?
of
2007?
No, Mike.
2013.
Yes, Rachel.
Perfect.
2011.
And Chance.
Must be
2013.
1888. That's definitely the right
Takes the
one.
lead there. Mike gets
Thanks.
that one right. Chance is the only one who's still perfect. Next one.
All right. Next question is in the world of animated movies. These are movies drawn.
An ad. Huzzah! Here at Take 3, we like to support ads like Lucy in the
On my
Sky,
hand or on a computer.
but not for long,
The
just for a
question
couple
is
seconds.
2%. In the world of animated movies, who voices the character of Valka, Hiccup's mother, in How to Train Your Dragon 2 and 3? And you and I have, you want to say 10, 15 bucks?
I know this too.
15.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You want to say
It's-
10 bucks?
No.
I don't know how people in the Schmoedown play when they're
I'm not going
sick.
steak
I
dinner.
honestly,
4.
like, there have been plenty of
3,
times where people in the Schmoedown
2,
have played when they're sick, and
1.
I don't know
Hands
how
down,
they do
please.
it.
And we start with Mike.
Glenn Close.
No, Rachel.
Kate Blanchett.
Yes.
Thank you.
Chance.
Oh my
Kate Blanchett.
god, that's such an
And
obvious
Thompson.
answer.
Oh, okay. So tie it up now. Right? We tie it up? No. Sorry. Corruption's still up by 1.
I would have won some money.
Corruption's still up by 1 here. 10-9. Next one. Next one's only
Yeah,
Chance
props to
perfect
any
still.
Schmoedown
So
player who's ever played when they're
question
sick.
7.
Yeah.
Horror/thriller. What is the first name of Nev Campbell's character in the Scream franchise?
So you and I are going to go see a little horror movie on Monday. Excited about that?
Very
The
excited.
one with the clown?
Sex in the City 3. 5, 4, 3.
It's a popcorn carry.
2, 1. Pens down, please. And Rachel.
Sydney.
Yes. And Chance.
Amazing.
Sydney.
Clark.
Sydney.
Mike.
Sydney.
Got it.
Wow, good job.
Corruption keeps the lead, 12-11. So we come down to this. As far if Chance hits it, Chance. will
Oh,
be
is
the
there
only
something
one
wrong in the
to get a
spelling? I
perfect round,
honestly
and we'll have the bonus question.
didn't see
Well,
it.
good, because the
Was
kid
it
drove from
challengeable?
Arizona to get here tonight, so I think he deserves it. All right, action adventure. The question, last question, round 1 is: what is the title of the sequel to the Jackie Chan Owen Wilson movie Shanghai Noon?
Shanghai Nights.
So Chance
And
and Corruption.
sense of
The cinematic
frustration
classic,
rolls over the
Shanghai
crowd.
Nights.
Score rate 12-11.
This is what you pay for. I mean,
Yes,
these are two of the best
I
teams that we've
mean-
ever seen.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Chance.
Shanghai Knights.
Perfect
It is.
game for
Shanghai Nights.
Yes, Mike.
Shanghai Knights.
Chance.
Shanghai Nights.
All right,
All right.
so Chance got it.
Wow,
So,
Chance got a perfect
only
round,
Chance-
and no one else. That is insane.
So Chance,
Honestly,
only you will be
I
the one
think
to answer
Chance
this. You do not have to
should
write it
be
down. You
up
just
for
have
a
to answer
belt
15
again
seconds. Are
by
you
the
ready
end
for
of
your
the
question?
season. But at the same time, he's
played
got a lot of tough competitors
Lita
coming up.
Lestrange, Newt's former love, in Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, Zoe
Yes,
Kravitz.
one more point. All right. So, Corruption
So
now
I'm
takes
very
2
proud of
points
myself
over
that the
champions
only
as we
one
get into round
I
number
knew.
2. So what you saw in that round
While
was
being
both played
sick,
really
which they
tight.
kinda-
all had strong
just
first
putting
rounds,
that
all of them. But Chance stood out just a little bit by getting the perfect
You
round.
say play tight as in how the kids use the slang tight. Like, man, that was a really tight first round. I enjoyed myself because they looked very confident
Yeah,
as well.
that's what I'm
I think there's a lot of confidence. There was a lot of, I say, looseness. I think the Shirewolves are playing like they got nothing to lose.
Right.
Although there is a belt on the line, and Corruption matching that kind of energy. So it's going to be interesting to see, what do you spin in round number 2? Are you going to get a favorable category? If somebody
I
spins
see what
something they're
people
not
are talking
confident,
about
is that
with
gonna throw
audio
the team
spikes.
chemistry
The,
off?
Well, we're gonna find out because round
The
number
sound
2,
quality
the
on these
wheel
live
round
matches
is
isn't always
we
great.
begin.
I mean,
Mark,
it's not
how does
like
that
a
work?
It
super
is the
big
Wheel of
complaint.
Fate, Doom, and Justice. On that our wheel, you're going to see 12
It's not a huge complaint
different categories from
because
10 different
it was a
corners
live
of the movie
match.
trivia
There's
Schmoedown
not much you can
Galaxy.
do,
A note
but
to the teams and the competitors. There is no opponents and spinners
it is
choice
there.
on that wheel, so each wedge is actually a category that you could answer 6 questions from. Each question is worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, there is stealing available in round number 2. So if the teams are not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Keep in mind, teams, you can confer with your teammate for each and every round 2 question. Each team still has all their JTE rules and all their challenges remaining. Christian, back to you with the weather.
All right, so we will ask the challengers first because of the 2-point lead at the moment. Would you guys like to go first or second?
We're going to go first.
You're going to go first, please. Spin and spin from the wheel, please, not the face. Please, Mike,
not the peg.
Mike, get him, Mike.
Now, the champions chose not to have opponents in spinner's choice on there. So, Mike's looking for James Bond.
That's right. Mike Levinson, James Bond. I think Chance would support him in that quest. But look, even if these guys spin something that I think the Shirewolves would be great at, like a fantasy sci-fi horror, I don't put it past Korruption to be able to get a lot of those answers right.
Well, it's starting to slow down.
It's looking like Bond.
It's starting to slow down now, a little past it. And where's it go?
It was literally the opposite of Bond.
2000s.
2000s. Both gentlemen were alive during some of this decade.
Yeah. So they're going to spin again.
Yeah.
There's the spin. That's it. All right, so whatever they get here, they got
that is a loud clap.
So they're spinning on the 2, and they're hoping for Bond.
Someone has a very loud clap. Congratulations on your acoustically loud clap, whoever you are.
If I was there, but here's it goes. It spins around. It's coming around.
It could be Meryl Streep. Christian, I don't believe it.
Oh, no. Bond.
Okay.
Now they're going to try. They're going to get 6 questions. I got in the realm of Bond.
That's right. And Clark Wolf just put a little more mustard in her spin of the wheel when she gets up there.
That's right. It's going to spin
Okay.
right off the hinge. All right. So we asked the challengers here. You got your
Honestly,
questions. Bond, ready?
We're ready.
All right, here we go. Okay, 6 questions.
I'm not
First
surprised they got James
Name
Bond
the film
on
from
their
the
first
plot.
spin.
James Bond investigates the hijacking of British and Russian submarines carrying nuclear warheads with the help of a KGB agent whose lover he killed.
The Spy Who Loved Me.
Correct for 2 points.
I'm honestly, I'm going to be 100% shocked if Mike misses any of
Second
these.
question, you're going to have 20 seconds.
Or
to
even
answer
goes
this question.
to multiple choice for
John
any of
Glenn
these. I'm going to be
holds
shocked.
the record for directing the most James Bond films with how many entries to his name?
5.
Wow.
That's correct.
You got 19 more seconds.
Yeah,
John Glenn, famed astronaut, also directed movies.
Question 3.
unless Chris threw in some tricky one in there, I cannot see him
Opens.
losing any of these
Spectre
points.
opens with James Bond carrying out an unauthorized mission on the Day of the Dead in which Latin American city?
That's the new one. I don't remember what it's called because I'm dying.
Mexico City.
Yes. 2
Yeah.
more points, and they are perfect.
I probably
halfway
should have
through
been able to
round number
guess
2, as
Mexico
we
City.
expected when they spun James Bond. Number 4. In License to Kill, villain Franz Sanchez torments Felix Leitier by having what type of animal attack him?
He's dangled over a shark tank.
That's correct.
James Bond is so ridiculous. The fact that that's a legitimate answer to
Number
me
5,
is
questions left.
insane. I mean, that's not a bad
James
thing.
Bond movie marks
at
the
all.
first appearance of John Cleese in the franchise. Five.
The World Is Not Enough.
That's correct.
Taking over for the great
So
Desmond
when is a Bond match happening?
Final question
I'm just.
in this round. Final question.
I know one Tim
Which
Franco who would love
actress
to know when a
played
Bond match is
Bond
happening.
girl Tiffany Case in Diamonds Are Forever? Five. 4.
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Jill Ireland,
Hmm.
B, Jane Seymour, C, Jill
I,
St. John,
wow,
D,
he went to multiple
Maud
choice. I'm shocked.
Jill St. John.
For 1 point.
I'm so shocked.
All right, so another round there, doing what they do. They've been getting Bond lately, and they got it again. And now
I did
Bond
not
goes,
think that he was
hits
going
the
to go
wheel,
to multiple choice.
spinning as she has been.
Okay. Okay, Clark.
She waved
Get a
bye-bye
good
to that
one.
wheel. Maybe she got one more spin, maybe, depending on what they land on. But this is the last time we will see Clark Wolf spinning this wheel.
There was some to that as she says goodbye to the wheel.
She's looking for her. And the wheel, what a relationship the wheel and
Sorry, I
Clark
can't
Wolf
mute
has.
my mic when I
Taking
cough
many turns,
because
you would
the
say?
audio is streaming through my
Oh,
microphone as
right.
well.
And look at it.
So.
Oh,
Oh, and they almost hit horror. So dramas.
Ooh.
They're studying.
They're going to go for dramas.
Okay.
Going for dramas. Settling
All
for
right.
dramas.
Good luck.
All right, they're going to go for dramas here, Mark.
And that is what we like around here at the
Thank
movie
you,
trivia.
random person
Schmoedown.
telling me my hair
All right,
looks
you
good.
have spun dramas, so you
It
win
probably
6
isn't,
questions.
but you're not seeing any of the
Each
parts
one
that
worth
look
2
bad right now.
points.
So.
First of 6 in the 2016 film The Lost City of Z.
I
Who
appreciate it.
stars as British soldier and explorer
It's
Percy Fawcett?
Robert Pattinson's in it. Is he the guy?
Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie
Great set
Hunnam.
of
Thank
abs on
you.
that gentleman.
I knew who was in it, just not the right person.
Next question for 2 more. In Good Will Hunting, what phrase does Sean tell Will didn't apply to him when his wife was sick and in the hospital?
Oh, we have an ad. Incoming ad. Thank you, incoming ad, for being super disruptive.
More of this.
Skipped.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, doctor's orders, B, visiting hours, C, court order, or D, operating hours?
Visiting hours.
Does not apply to Robin Williams. That's a point. All right, your next question, making it the halfway point in round of number 2. In the 2015 film Brooklyn, Saoirse Ronan plays a young woman who emigrated to New York from what country?
Ireland?
2 more points for the Shirewolves. Starting to suspect that everybody up there knows a little something about cinema.
It looks like
I think they all have one of those Regal passes. Question number 4, 2 more points. Who plays Shailene Woodley's love interest in the 2014 film The Fault in Our Stars?
I don't know what
Ansel
this is.
Elgort.
Looks like
Thank
a young
you.
Val Kilmer, and that's 2 more points. All right, so the Shirewolves have made it competitive, at least in round number 2, but they have 2 more questions remaining, and that can pull them to it into of corruption.
Yeah, that.
Your penultimate
This
question
is.
in round number 2.
Yeah.
Who plays young Marcus in the 2002 comedy drama About a Boy?
Nicholas Holt.
This is, I mean, both of them. This is why they're up there and we're over here.
They're doing a really great job.
All right, your last question for the Shirewolves in round number 2 to pull within a possible 2 points of corruption. In Michael Radford's film 1984, based on the George Orwell novel, who played the lead role of Winston Smith?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, John Hurt, B, Richard Burton, C, F, Murray Abraham, or D, Christopher Lambert?
Mm.
John Hurt.
They have cut the lead to 3.
Wow. Wow. Even with multiple choice, that's really impressive. 23 points.
Has a 3-point lead
Guys,
as we go
23
into round number
points.
3, and it looks exactly that because Mike hit Bond, but
Yeah.
the Shirewolves fought right back.
That
stuck
in
with the drama.
any
These
regular
are always
match,
fun drama.
in a regular
Stuck with
3-round
drama.
match, coming
Yeah.
out of round
A
2 with
little bit,
23
but then I saw
points
that that's
is
what they do so well.
I mean, I'm looking
so
at,
much
I'm looking
points.
at fantasy sci-fi. That
In
is
a
what has always
regular
impressed me
match.
about them
That's
over the years is that they can spin any
mind
category and just
blowing.
run ramshackle
That
right through.
they
It
are
does not
3
have to
points
be
down
something that they, but
with
all
23
credit
points
goes
at the
to
end of round
Corruption
2.
and Mike Kalinowski, because you can talk a big game with
But they
James
did.
Bond moves, and
That
Chad's got
is
a lot of those questions right, too.
legitimately
They were
just
able
how
to
good
play
Corruption
off
is. They're
the-
so
They
good.
wrote the ego,
Especially
that
if they
their body
get
cast with the check.
Both teams playing very
you know,
strong
one of their
together. Now we get
specialties in
into
round 2.
the betting
Like,
round number
they're
3.
just
How's it going, Mark?
The betting round,
killers
the
to
whiteboard, and
make a
the
pun.
magic markers come back in to play just for a little bit here in the movie trivia Schmoedown, because this is known as the betting round. The winning team at the moment is Corruption, so they will have a spin at the wheel in just a minute. Once you spin a category, one question will be asked to the field. This question can be of a point value of the team's choosing. It can be worth as many as 3 points. It can be worth as little as 0 points. Once you see what category is spun, please write down your wager from 0 to 3 on the whiteboard. Show it only to one of our judges or to us at the answer desk. And then we will ask the question. Once the question is asked, the teams may confer, and they may write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard. Now, keep in mind, if you get the answer right, you gain as many points as you wagered. If you get the question wrong, you lose that many points. So when Corruption is ready, you may elect a representative to have one more spin of the wheel that has been kind to you in this
Yeah,
match.
that's why they're champions. I agree.
Going to hit the wheel once again. He's been lucky at that wheel.
That's right.
Looks like those are the designated winners. And that is the last spin of the wheel here. Ever, the last time we ever see a Shirewolves match, that's the last spin of the wheel.
The last spin of the wheel. If it's been James Bond, the studio will burn down. And here it comes, round and round. Man, Mike and Clark put some good spins on that.
It is, but what's it going to land on here? It looks like it's drama again.
Hey, we're happy to. We got more of those in stock.
Well, Rachel did well with Clark on drama, so they should be okay.
Drama, excuse me. Their points down, and here we go.
What would you wager in drama? 0 to 3? Back in the day?
Yeah, it depends on what it was.
I'd go 3 points. What the hell?
All right.
I've lived a good life.
That's fine.
Okay, we have the Shirewolves. The pick is in, and the pick is in for Korruption as well. So the wagers have been placed. Christian, when you are ready, read your best dramatic question in your best dramatic voice.
All right, here we go. All right, so in the category of drama, in the film Drumline, who plays Dr. Lee, who is head of the band?
Oh no! I know this.
Yeah, favorite drummer of all time.
What's that?
Would it be
Densmore.
John Densmore?
Yeah.
From the Doors.
5.
I actually know this. Oh no!
3, 2, 1. All right, we start with the Shirewolves. How many points?
We bet 2.
You bet 2, and you said.
Orlando Jones.
And how many points for Korruption?
Oh, man.
And you said.
Orlando Jones.
Also correct. So,
Okay.
Shirewolves actually gained there.
I've watched that movie way too many times.
25-28.
This is incredible. I mean, this is, you show up to a match and you think it's going to be a good, well-contested match and it's going to come down to the wire. I mean, 28-25. This is why you and I
25-28.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
We were working
This is
hard
going to
today. You
be
did Collider
a
Live.
barn
I took
burner.
an extended nap.
This is
watched
insane.
Mindhunter, and we prepared for this thing tonight. You hope it's going to be a good match. You can never bet on what exactly is going to
There have been
but
championship
so far,
matches that don't
as
even
well played
get to
as we
30
possibly could have
points
hoped
for the
And
person
now
who
we go on
wins.
to
And they're going to
round
get to
number
30
4,
points
we get to
before
that, I wanna
round
remind everybody out
5
there of some
even
upcoming
hits.
live events,
Crazy.
including next weekend. We are going
this
to
is-
be at the Big Apple,
this
New
is a
York
lot.
City,
This is
August
so much.
31st. The movie Trivia
This is too
Schmoedown
much.
is SAC Live. We got New York, then we got Arizona, then we got Orlando.
Arizona. I'm going to be there. Shout out anyone who's coming to Arizona besides me.
We do.
All the people from Arizona.
Buy us some time. All right, we'll come back over after the 4th round.
The
fourth round
promo
here.
code is Shirewolves. You can get tickets for any live event right now, Orlando or New York. Enter the promo code Shirewolves in the next 24 hours, and you get a sweet discount. The code is Shirewolves.
I believe it's 2 for 1 right now.
You
So
don't
here we
get
go.
the discount
I think so.
for.
Look, but go ahead.
You don't
and
get the
read
discount
rules here
for
the speed round.
This is the buzzer round.
Arizona?
This is the lightning round. As Christian said, it is the
Just-
speed round. It is a test of wit
You know.
style and then movie trivia know-how.
Sorry,
Once
Graham.
Christian Harlow
I can't
asks
burn you
a
to
question
Arizona
at the
with me
desk,
because you
that
don't
question
live
is going to be worth 1 point.
in
The
this
question is
area.
asked to the field. However,
I
it
can-
doesn't have
we could
buzzers in
barely
front of you.
afford to get to
Whoever
Arizona,
buzzes in first
just the
and
two
their
of
buzzer
us.
lights up green. I will say your first name. Once I complete saying your first name, you have exactly 2 seconds. We go one
I'm glad
Mississippi,
that they're
2
making this so
Mississippi.
specific
If you
after
get the question correct within that
after
time
that
frame,
Bibbs
your team gets a point.
debacle.
If you get the question wrong or you're not able to complete your answer,
where they
by the
called
time
him
the 2
his
seconds is up,
stage name instead of
loses
his
a point. Keep in
actual
mind, if you
name.
buzz in, it is you and only you. You may not rely on the knowledge of your teammate once you buzz in. Now, because this is the buzzers and this is
This is one of the best
we like to do a little
changes
test
they've
for
made
everybody out there
to
watching
like
right now.
rules
This is how we
this
test
season
stuff
for
around
sure
the movie trivia Schmoedown.
to make
We
things
just
way
say
more
F it,
clear.
and we do it live. So, Clark, I'm going to ask you a question first. It's going to be a pretty easy one to answer, and I want you to buzz in and then say your answer. So, Clark, where is the movie trivia Schmoedown going live next week?
What
city? Name a city on the East Coast.
Yeah, we're not going to Celebration next year either, so that's going to be sad.
Looks like we've been practicing this all
I
day.
wish.
All right, Rachel, name the football team that has as its quarterback Tom Brady.
The mother effing Patriots.
That is correct. Just got it in under the gun there.
Don't do it.
All right,
Don't do it.
Mike
Don't make me
Kalinowski.
say it.
Just tell me your favorite Indiana Jones movie after you buzz in. Mike.
Temple of Doom.
All right.
Wow.
Accept that.
His favorite?
And Chance Ellison.
I mean,
in
I
under
guess
2
to
seconds,
each
once
their
you
own.
buzz in,
Their
it is
favorite.
nighttime. Why are you wearing sunglasses, young man?
Because I can.
Okay.
Jeez.
Okay, we're ready to go.
And we are ready to go. And to let everybody know, just so if you did put in that code of Shirewolves, it is $7 off any ticket, and that's both.
Try to give them away 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Look at Bob Cratchit over here. I have to tell you, it's just $7 off.
$7 off. Okay. All right. So we asked the champions first. You ready?
Yes.
Challengers, are you ready?
All right, we do ask the crowd to try to hold your applause until the end of the speed round. 5 questions. Christian will be reading all 5 questions. I will be saying the name for all 5 questions at your ready, sir.
Here we go. The 1996 comedy Kingpin revolves around
Bowling.
Rachel.
correct.
There we go.
Which sport?
There we go.
Be warned, my animals are
Good
about to
guess.
lose their
Alright.
shit because John's
Which
home.
film stars the following actors?
So,
Val
know,
Kilmer,
just
Michael Rappaport,
in case I want to
Dennis
cut the
Hopper,
volume
Brad Pitt,
so that you guys
Gary
don't have to hear my dogs losing
Sam
their
Jackson.
shit.
True
Rachel.
Romance.
Yes.
Nice. 2 for 2.
Third question. Name the movie from this quote. Oh, this is going to be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly
Oh,
stories.
it's Shrek.
And in the morning,
Chance.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
said it
Yeah.
while I said his name.
He would know,
Okay?
that Chance guy.
Remember, wait till Mark
Yeah,
four.
my dog's losing their shit.
Who plays linguist Louise Banks in Arrival?
Chance.
Amy Adams.
Yes.
So Korruption back to a 3-point
Man, this is
lead.
good.
One more question remains.
Final question. Who directed 1991's Point Break?
Chance.
Catherine Bigelow.
Yes.
Chance,
Chance
man.
came on. Rachel
Wow.
started strong.
That's
Chance
right.
finished it up there, hitting the last 3.
Chance
So
is
now Korruption sees
killer
himself
at,
with a 4-point lead.
That's the biggest lead they've had going into any round here tonight, Christian.
He's
as we
very,
go
very
into
good at the
round
speed
number
round.
5. Chance really, I don't want to say it was a proverbial passing of the torch, but Rachel coming on early. No
Very loud
competitor
up there.
missed a question in the speed round. That's impressive in its own right.
Well, now because of that, we get to the 5th and final round, the championship round.
Oh, thank you.
Mark, here it is, the final 5th round for the Shirewolves. Go ahead. How does it go?
Hope I can keep myself together for 6 more questions.
I
In
appreciate
round number 5, this is how it works. This is how we determine our winner and who will be holding the belts at the end in the post-match interview.
Yay, I have a shake.
Each team is going to hear 3 questions. We get these questions from you. You give us a series of numbers that can range from 0 to 20. Each number you give us corresponds to a different corner of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Your first question is going to be worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3 points. Your last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points because this is the team match. Once we tell you the category for the 2-point question, the team will decide which member is going to answer individually. You may not rely on your teammate for the 2-point question. When we get to the 3-point question, the opposite team member will have to answer that question individually. And then when we get to the 5-pointer, the teams may collaborate only on that question. There is no penalty for missing a question in round number 5.
All right, so we asked the challengers here who have a 4-point lead for their 3 numbers between 1 and 20.
This is always tough.
It's a good thing I have a shake to make me feel
2,
better
12,
since
and
I'm about to
14
be
for the
really sad.
challengers and for the champions.
4, 8, and 19.
4, 8, and 19 for the challengers who will go first. All right, so the Shirewolves will start with category number 4. Category number 4 for the Shirewolves. All right, Shirewolves, the category, the 80s.
The 1980s.
1980s, not the 1880s. Yes.
Okay, I will take it.
You're going to take it. All right. Who stars as radio funny man Adrian Cronair in Good Morning Vietnam?
Robin Williams.
For 2 points.
Nice.
I love when they say funny, man. When it's driving.
Oh man, this is so
Now,
stressful.
Rachel will try to tie up the game here with category number 8.
They actually take the lead here by 1.
Oh my god.
For all 3
Correct.
points. Did we give her all 3 points?
Sorry. Like I said, 2%. Rachel is number category 8.
I'm glad one of them knows how to do math.
2010.
Because I literally accepted his answer as true.
Who played Miss Affleck's nephew, Patrick, in Manchester by the Sea?
Lucas Hedges.
Yes. Okay.
Nice.
So,
Oh man, okay.
Shirewolves have gotten themselves out of TKO territory.
I'm very stressed
now
out.
bounces to Korruption, who has to hit their 2-pointer.
This is
to
really
force the
messing with my
Shirewolves
mental state.
to hit their 5-pointer, and they chose category number 2, Mark.
That's right. Now Korruption finds himself in an unusual position in this match and in general in their time competing in the league. They are losing by 1. For their 2-point question, they have selected the category of classics. So is it Chance? Is it Mike?
I feel like
Whoever selects this category.
I feel like Chance should take it.
I'll take it.
There you
Chance
go.
is going to take classics. All right, for 2 points, Chance, your question. Name the actor who co-directed as well as starred in Singin' in the Rain.
Gene Kelly. What? Are you kidding me?
Stanley Donen.
Incorrect.
Wait, then that's challenged because Singing in the Rain was not written and directed, not starred and directed by the same person.
It co-directed, you idiot! Oh my god! I'm sorry, Chance. You're not an idiot.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm legitimately super sick, and I knew that. I'm just saying.
Okay, so for Gene Kelly.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so now.
Oh my
Mike,
gosh.
who's got to hit his 3?
I just.
Mike's got to hit his 3, which is.
Chance is not an idiot.
12, which is category number
I apologize that was the first thing that I said after he missed it.
12. Mike, you're going to be answering a question about Pixar movies.
Oh my god, they got the wrong order. Oh no. That sucks.
All right. And your question is, what is the name of the grumpy keymaster and administrator to Scarefloor F in Monsters, Inc.?
Roz? Oh my god. I cannot believe that they got Pixar for that.
Wow.
That's
Looking
insane.
for Raj.
Jeez,
now
I
we're in a
cannot
position
believe
here.
how unlucky
We're in a
they
position
were
here
lucky the
that
entire
they
match,
need
and
to
all of a
hit
sudden
their
now
5
they're
pointer,
unlucky.
Or the Shirewolves
That's
will
crazy.
retain the titles.
Here we go.
So category.
A little tense in here now, huh?
Category number 14 for corruption, correct? Is it number 14?
That's right. 14 for corruption. They trail by 1. However, if they get this question right, then they're going to be back in the lead by 4 and force the hand of the Shirewolves to answer their 5-point question. Just another day in the neighborhood known as the movie trivia Schmoedown. Corruption, number 14 corresponds to the category of romantic comedies.
Ooh,
As I call them rom-coms.
rom-coms. Now you see Mike
For 5 points. Your question,
probably has
which
seen
you
a
may
couple of
confer
those,
with
and
your
so is
teammate on.
probably Chance. Who knows?
How does Mel Gibson get the power to hear women's thoughts?
He,
and
like,
what
Smacks
women
his head in a bathtub after he tries all these women products.
He gets electrocuted in the bathtub.
Ladies and gentlemen,
There you go.
corruption is back on top.
All right.
But I think the main part of that should be that he tries all these women products.
Disaster of a collapse.
That was a
Now the
pretty easy
Shirewolves
5-pointer.
have a chance to
I'm
still
not
win the
gonna
game
lie.
now. They can win the game because of the two
Like, I
misses.
feel like
How
that
do they
was
do that?
one of the
All they have to do
most
is hit their
easy 5-pointers
If
I've
they
seen
hit the
in a long
5-pointer,
time.
they walk off into the
But it might
sunset
just because
with
I've
the belts.
seen that movie
However,
before.
if
One
they
time.
miss, corruption are the new movie trivia Schmoedown team champions of the world.
And for us at the announcer desk, it's Miller time either way because there is no chance of overtime.
No. All right. Here we go. Your category, sorry, was number 19.
Yeah, that was really easy. I mean, that's maybe just
film 12 Monkeys.
my opinion. That was very easy.
Yeah, it's one of the guys in there.
Yep, let me go. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt. Sorry. Brad Pitt.
He's an actor.
Yep. Okay. In 12 Monkeys, who plays Dr. Peters, who is actually behind the viral outbreak? Seconds, but keep in mind, they have all three, all of their JTV roles, so this could get stretched out. 5, 4.
Repeat the question.
That's the first one. In 12 Monkeys, who plays Dr. Peters, who is actually behind the viral outbreak? 1 so far. 30 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Okay, second one. In 12 Monkeys, who plays Dr. Peters, who is actually behind the viral outbreak? 1 G. They're using all their I want them to challenge their use everything in the challenge. Get to what's going to happen. 5.
Yeah, this is so much harder than
3,
Corruption's 5-point question.
2.
Repeat the question.
Last one.
Oh
and
my
here it is.
gosh.
In 12 Monkeys, who plays Dr. Peters, who is actually
This is
behind
so
the
much
viral
harder.
outbreak? 15 seconds.
You can answer the fucking other one by watching the trailer. Ridiculous. Oh my god.
Find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
James Cromwell.
And your winners and
Ridiculous.
Team champion of the world, Rachel.
Like, they deserve. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have won based on that. I just question how hard their 5-pointer was compared to the Shirewolves.
A great guess by the
Like,
Shirewolves.
all
And
fairness to
it's
Korruption,
such a
they played an
special
amazing
passing of
game.
the torch
They
from Rachel
deserve their
Kushner,
win.
Malkowski, from Clark
I
and
just don't
Rachel
agree that that was a
to Mike
5-point
and
question.
Chance. The belts have been passed. The torch has been passed, but will never be extinguished. Is the light that the Shirewolves have left on this league?
Well, of course. I mean, what a fight! They went out fighting. They went out kicking. They were scrapping. I mean, they were scrapping up to the very end. 5-pointer.
Yeah.
Korruption.
I mean,
almost
well done,
one of the
everybody.
historical
Well done.
collapse of all
But
time in that
I'm
fifth round.
That's
peeved.
right. I
I'm
love
so
watching the
peeved.
Shirewolves play because you knew that like, they were not going to leave anything, no stone unturned. They were not going to leave JTE rules on the table. They did everything they could. That's how you play the game. You feel your way around. You save your JTE rules for the end for that big 5-point question. They couldn't quite come up with a correct answer this time, but again, that should not diminish all the correct answers.
Yeah,
they've had
Mike is
over
great.
so
I
many
love
matches over so many years
that
in the movie Trivia
he
Schmoedown,
had that
worthy champions
reaction
having
at the
torch
end
passed
where
to
he
them.
just immediately went to Rachel and showed his appreciation to her. I think he is 100% one of the best people playing the game in terms of everything, in terms of showmanship and
Boy, was he ready.
trivia and everything. He's just fantastic, and that's I'm upset. I'm peeved because I really wish the Shirewolves have won. But there's nothing against Chance or Mike. They're amazing. They deserve this.
That's right. Chance even pitching in with some of the James Bond category questions. Chance throwing a perfect round number 1. You know, the kid drove from Arizona today. When I drive to Arizona, that's 6 hours. I immediately get to the hotel room. I sit in the bathroom for 20 minutes and I take a nap. This kid got out of the car and answered a whole bunch of movie trivia Schmoedown questions correctly and earned a big belt because of it.
Well, look
A
historically,
big deal.
and I'm sure Emma's going to be talking to them in just a moment, but historically, Chance Ellison is now the youngest champion we've ever had.
Is it, what is he, 14?
21.
Is he
Mike
14?
Kalinowski
That's
is now
adorable.
the 3rd double belted champion, and he's got himself a match with Ben Bateman tomorrow to try to get himself to that Mikey 3 belts. But we are going to throw to Emma Fife, who is with the new movie trivia Schmoedown team champion.
Yeah, there you go. Graham makes a good point.
Thanks, Christian.
No
For a
one
second
can
there, I thought you were
call
going to say Mike Kalinowski is
Korruption
now the
paper
oldest
champions
double-belted
because they
champion
beat
we've ever
the
had.
legitimate best players who have played this game in a very long time.
Oh, that's okay. We all know Roka's the oldest champion we've ever had here in the movie trivia Schmoedown.
212 going strong.
We are here with Korruption, the new
That's
movie
funny.
trivia Schmoedown
That's good.
tag team champions.
Old man
Not
Roka.
really tag team. There's not a lot of tagging unless, Chance, though, was doing a good job with, tagging in on those buzzers there. I mean, Chance, very impressive job considering it was your first time ever playing in a speed round.
Thank you very much. I practiced this.
I'm like
a
preparing
lot for
myself
several hours.
for
I
probably how much
understand.
I'm about to
They're a
cry.
little finicky, those buzzers. And
I'm trying
Mike,
to like
you must be feeling pretty good there with that double weight
trying
on your
to,
shoulder,
like,
kind of evening
rein
things
it
out.
in because I really would prefer not to cry on camera
To get these
a
belts
lot
in the manner that I did.
because I'm sure it'll just be really gross. So I'm trying to like.
I've said about Rachel, so it's a little bit of.
We'll see. It's not going to end well.
Yeah.
It feels appropriate
This
that
is not gonna
both
go your
of
way.
Rachel's last matches were indeed against you, and both were really incredible.
Shut
I
up,
mean,
babe.
you guys have to be feeling pretty proud of your performance, considering like
Yeah, if
the
Rachel is going to
Shirewolves-
lose
I mean, there's a reason
her
that they were the team
belts,
champions
I'm glad
for
it
so
was
long.
to Mike.
We were going to lose there at the end. It was over. I mean, we both sat there and he goes, well, we got that many points. Well, we did that well. And it's the way it goes. We usually I would have done the 2-point, you would have done the 3-point. I knew Gene Kelly and he would have gotten that Pixar question easily. It's the way it goes. But people were talking last game how I had that perfect game, and they said they were cutting on this guy, and this guy held it. He took this match. It was his match that wanted these belts for us. It was all on this guy. Could be proud of my teammates. We said
They both
I
did a
said
great
this.
job.
I said this at the beginning. I want these belts. I want to intergeek them. I wanted him to have his first belt. We got that. I'm going for that third belt.
We will have to see how that goes
Like
for you.
spoilers in
Chance,
case like
aside from round 3,
you don't know that
pitched a
Mike
perfect game. So
the results of that,
Yeah,
which
I
you
mean,
should by now.
Feels good. It feels
So like just plug your ears for a second, but like
What
it's
else-
really
what else-
sad that he
I
doesn't
would
have
like
the
you to
chance
take
to
your
get 3 belts.
sunglasses off, please, because I'm not entirely sure you have eyeballs behind there.
Like
'cause
if
I-
anyone was
I
going to
don't
have
think
that
the authority to
opportunity,
make
I
that
kind
call,
of
I
wanted
don't
it to
think
be
you
Mike.
do.
He's worked
I
really
will
hard.
have it again very, very soon, though.
Not that everyone else hasn't, but
And I think my first
like
degree as
objectively, he's worked
commissioner when I am back
probably
in business
like
is
the hardest
no
out of
more
everyone this year.
sunglasses. Thank you, Ken Knapsack, for showing some class and immediately abiding. And so this is another big step for you guys towards total corruption domination.
Well, yes, it is. We are very excited about this, but the celebration here is muted. We'll be partying later in a downtown Burbank Hilton. But I'll tell you what, this is what this league is about and what it has grown to. It is not about destroying the past. It's about the past building where we are now. When this started, when Clark and Rachel were breaking barriers and coming in and becoming the league, young fans all around, like Chance, were sitting there dreaming, looking out their bus windows, thinking about the glory they one day reach. And look where we are now. It is a passing of the guard. I'm from the old pro wrestling world. This is what you do. Andre to Hulk, Hulk to Ultimate Warrior, Rock to Cena. This is what
God,
you do.
Ken
You
got
pass
such
the
a good
baton. We are happy
promo.
to take it. Corruption is
That is
about
so
truth
good.
and destiny. But right now, it's about respect for the legends that have come before us. Rachel, Clark, we're going to miss you. Come around to our party, though. We throw a good one.
I have a feeling
Ken is
the invitation
like
is up for debate. And I have to
premium.
say that, Grace Hancock, you
So
are
good.
definitely a common denominator when it comes to factions having a lot of success in this league here. So,
well, Emma, thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that. As I've said many times, everything that I touch is gold. And you know what? Look, no hate on two ladies doing a great job. You know what I mean? I love seeing that, but sure. But there's also a time and a place, and out with the old and in with the new.
I mean, that's definitely a new team in the league and a new era here on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Thank you again to all of you, Korruption. I feel like there's usually more of you. It's very tight space here.
There's two more. They're at the hotel warming the champagne.
Got it. Warming the champagne?
Yes,
don't think I wanna go to this party
warming the
anymore.
champagne.
Everything warm.
That is pretty
Well,
gross.
congratulations, Korruption. We will be back in just a moment with Clark and Rachel, the Shirewolves.
All right, Mark. So, look, you got the new team champions, and they had to earn it against the Shirewolves.
They
really
did,
had to earn it.
absolutely.
Chance Ellison, the youngest champ. Mike is a double-belted champion with the potential to be a triple-belted champion. So they're having a hell of a year here. They beat the Founding Fathers. They are now the Movie Trivia Schmoedown team champions, but they really had to fight for it. And we are going to be able to hear from and talk. I want to know what's going on with the former champs, and just to say thank you.
Just to hear their thoughts as they say goodbye to the league, as they reflect on this match, they reflect on all the matches. I think, dare I say, they're going to have better parting words than we're about to go drink warm champagne.
That's right. All right, so let's get to Emma Pike, the former manager of the Shirewolves, who's with the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown team champions, the Shirewolves.
That's right, Mark. Not a tall order to top hot champagne. Can't say that's really got a lot of appeal to it, but some people who will always have appeal and legacy here in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown are the Shirewolves, the former team champions.
I think how Rachel is still surprised about how much people like her.
There's a standing ovation here in the studio.
It's very endearing.
I mean,
Because she's very genuine.
what is there to be said other than going into this match? It was truly win or lose, nothing but a victory lap.
I totally agree. I mean, honestly, we came, we played, we had a good time, and we took it down to the wire. And I feel really good about that. I think we made up ground that we had lost earlier in the game. We communicated, we worked hard. We had some good pulls. My buddy Orlando Jones, I love you. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Like, it really does. It feels like a victory lap, honestly. They played so well. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah, this is the kind of, we want every championship match, whether we play in them or not, to be like this. You want them to be fights. You want people to have the drive and the heart to play the best that they can play. And what are you supposed to do when Kalinowski gets bombed? What are you supposed to do when Chance steps out and has a perfect first round? Like, these guys came to play and they're legit competitors and they are the future of the league. And we're really proud of how we played today. You know, it sucks to lose. It does. And we came to fight and we fought as hard as we could given what we had. And we're both really proud of that fight and just proud of everything that we've done so far.
Yeah, I mean, when a match comes down to a final question, especially when you had a couple times in there where you were coming in from behind. It really was. I mean, this is the stuff the championship matches are made of for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, we didn't make it easy for them, and they didn't make it easy for us too. So it was a great match.
Now, obviously, this is your final match ever here in the Schmoedown as you are both headed towards retirement. But I just want to say, as somebody who formerly was your manager, just what
Don't you do it, Emma. Don't you do it, Emma.
just what a huge impact you guys had on this league, and how special it was to me to be there for the first time that you guys won those team belts, and the first time that, you know, women held belts in sort of the regular league outside of Intergeekdom. Much props to Mara for getting that belt, but and the effect that I have seen you guys have on just the Schmoedown community as a whole, particularly like the young women, some of them very young. I'm talking like 7 years old, who watch the Schmoedown and who see you guys play and think, wow, I want to do that someday. Like, I could be Clark and Rachel, and I could, you know, have a belt in this weird thing that we do that's somewhere between wrestling and like bar trivia. So I just want to say that I am so proud of everything that you guys have accomplished, and you know, even though you didn't actually win this match, you are still the team champions in my book.
Thank you. Thank you. Emma, honestly, the truth is, we could not have done what we did without you as our manager. Like, end of story. Absolutely. We would not be here without you. You pulled everything together. Mark, you completed this quadrant. and truly, you know, at the end of the day, for me, I am so happy that we have that maybe we have impacted and inspired young women of all ages. However, I'm also proud that the young men who are watching this game are seeing women win.
Yeah.
And and they're seeing us just as scrappy, just as passionate, just as fierce. And that's great, because that means we can all play. And yeah, so thank you.
I don't really know if I can follow that, but Clark always drops the mic in, and always in a spectacular way. And yeah, we're very proud to be the league for as long as we were, and very excited to pass the torch. But thank you to everybody, and you know, to 2.5 years ago, I never in a million years would have guessed this is where I'd be standing, or that anybody would look up to me for any reason. So that's been a huge thing, and I love all four of you. I love everybody in this room. Thank you for being here for our last go.
Thank you, guys. Now, don't go away, because we are going to be having a tribute to the Shirewolves. We're going to make our way back over to the main desk in just a moment here, and say some more goodbyes and sing Clark and Rachel's praises. I know there are a few other people that want to chime in here. So while we get set up for that, back to you, Mark and Christian at the desk.
All right, so Clark Wolf, Rachel Cushing saying exactly the type of powerful words that they've been known to do in the past, and what a goodbye it was. And they did exactly what we thought that they would do. They went out fighting, Mark, right to the wire.
They went out fighting, and while Korruption's after party may be at the Burbank Hilton, the Shirewolves party is going to be happening on the airwaves, on modems, on the interwebs, heretofore, because their legacy, their ability, their greatness will never be forgotten. And I echo Emma's sentiment where I said there's so many young people out there watching thinking that they could be the next Rachel or Clark. Well, there's a lot of people that are going to come into this league that may be great. There will never be
really
another Clark
quiet,
Wolf.
because I
There
feel
will
like
never
I'm
be
gonna
another
like
Rachel
die
Cushing. There's
if
never going to
I'm-
be
if
another
I say
Shire.
anything.
Well said, Mark. And look, one of the things that we want to do, and I don't think the Shirewolves knew that we were going to do this. I'd like to address everybody's attention to the video monitor over there. Once again, our amazing editor, Eric, put together this piece. This is a piece for you guys to see, for the Shirewolves to see. This is a tribute to one of the greatest teams that we've ever seen here, the Shirewolves, Clark and Rachel. Here we go.
And what would your final words be to them once they have hung it up? I hadn't even thought about that. Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing aren't just Schmoedown players, they are trailblazers.
I mean, legends. And, sometimes I think that word gets thrown out very easily sometimes, but not in the case with both Rachel and Clark.
Clark and Rachel, both in their own right, have exemplified the best parts of this game.
I think as individuals, they're pretty similar in that they're very intelligent women.
They're two of my dearest friends that I've made since I've come to Schmoedown.
Two very fiery competitors.
Clark Wolf is somebody who emerged as a Schmoedown competitor who, proved that she was just as good at this as, say, a Mark Riley or even a Dan Murrell. I mean, she went toe to toe with him a number of times.
I love that she was just always truly, purely herself.
When you're watching a Clark Wolf match, you know for a fact you're about to watch a really fun match.
She's been one of those competitors that I've watched grow, not only as a competitor, but as a person. And I think that change is just so abundantly clear, even in her interviews and the way that she carries herself now.
Whereas Clark Wolf has always been a very natural camera presence, Rachel got comfortable in front of the camera, in front of our eyes. And we saw her evolve into someone who wasn't just great at movie trivia, but who was great at putting on a show and who was great at inspiring people.
My first IG match that I watched was a match with Rachel in it, and as soon as I saw that, I thought to myself, that is where I belong.
I look up to Rachel so incredibly much. I'm very similar to her in the aspect that we both used to work behind the scenes a lot, so being in front of the camera is very off-putting. Rachel has always been a huge inspiration for me as someone who didn't really come from an acting or performance background.
Seeing Rachel become one of the great superstars of the league has been a source of great inspiration to me, personally.
There's a strong argument to be made that Rachel is the most knowledgeable player that's ever played Schmoedown.
Rachel, to me, is the best player to ever play Schmoedown, hands down.
I mean, I've said this before, I'll say it till the day I die. Rachel is the greatest intergeekdom, the greatest player of all time, not just intergeekdom. She is singles, teams, and intergeekdom. No one does that but her.
If you told me that Rachel was the number 3, number 4 person on Mount Rushmore, I wouldn't argue.
But it was Clark Wolf who saw her answering questions on the side and said, you got to get her a match.
It's Rachel Cushing. Teaming up with another powerhouse woman was absolutely a goal of mine.
Clark, she was a top-tier player forever. She was playing in big match after big match, and she never quite got there. And it took finally to be on the Shirewolves for her to break through and get that gold.
When she came out with Rachel as the Shirewolves, it was just one of the most amazing moments of seeing these two titans come together to form this massive juggernaut of a team.
Knowing that they were individually so strong and then they became a team, I just remember thinking, there's no one going to beat them.
Each of them have different strengths, and they both kind of perfectly fit like two puzzle pieces.
I think that's kind of what you need for a team to really succeed. It's not just about what you know, it's about how you complement each other, your strengths and weaknesses.
Rachel is more afraid of the game, but she has that knowledge, and Clark has that theater background, so she's an absolute performer, and she, of course, has a ton of knowledge as well.
Clark's fierceness and her showmanship and her experience in the game, coupled with Rachel's incredibly broad base knowledge, I think that's where you really find this perfect match.
They're not like, hey, we're not really friends, we show up for these matches and we play well together. They form this friendship.
They're people you want to surround yourself with. They're the kind of friends you want to have. They're the kind of teammate you want to have.
You see it on the families, and you see these little girls. The one guy posted a picture, was he in Japan or China? There was this kid, he's he learned English from the Schmoedown, and Rachel's his favorite. It's she's touching people all over the world.
I had the privilege of calling a match in one of the fan leagues, the fan league that is in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon Discord, for girls
this was
aged
such a cool
7
idea.
to 13. One of the little Mariana girls, Zoe, said, can I ask you something, Emma? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And she's like, can you tell Clark and Rachel that I say hi? And then it was all just this chorus of these kids going, oh, tell them we say hi too.
That's so cute.
Represent the fact that women have a place in this league, and that really the people who matter, they look at Clark and Rachel as the example of what this league can really be, where you have these people that you can root for, these women who are such great role models to young girls, to the point that they're the first child match ever, as far as I know, in anything Schmoedown adjacent, was between 4 little girls.
Technically,
And
there's
that's
that,
because of Clark and Rachel.
Rachel,
celebrity
Chloe,
match.
the Shirewolves, you are truly legends.
With the
Thank you for
cast of
everything you've done for everyone in the community.
whatever.
We're bringing you a special message specifically to Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing.
That would be thank you.
I don't tend to get many things right. However, one thing I've been very proud to have been right about over the years is that when the two of you formed this team known as the Shirewolves, I knew from the very beginning we were in for something very, very special.
I will say it's been my complete honor and privilege to watch the both of you compete due to your hard work, determination, competitive spirit.
They are equal to and excelling of any other team in the league, male.
It's so cool seeing everyone comment on this. This is awesome.
You really
Hey, good
were a
buddy.
great players and you deserved all the hype that you got.
The best team in the Schmoedown, the Shirewolves.
The Shirewolves, Rachel Cushing and Clark Wolf, they inspired people.
And that's basically what the Shirewolves are. They are heroes.
I, from Indonesia, know the Schmoedown and the impact that by them.
And I know how hard it is to be in the league and to put yourself out there, and you guys did that, and I am so happy for it.
It taught me how to be more self-reliant, how to be more confident, and how to put myself out there and take chances.
There's something to be said about seeing yourself in any media that you consume. And for me, that was always Clark and Rachel.
I want to thank you for everything that you've done.
I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I love and respect you both. Thank you. Thank you guys for everything for now.
I can't say it enough. Thank you both so very much from everybody here at Dedicated Art.
Shirewolves, we here at the Cult Action Podcast, we salute you.
They proved they were the league, they are the league, they will always be the league, and for that, I am forever grateful.
Let that sink in. I know you guys are leaving, you're retiring, but just let it sink in what your legacy has been.
But I will guarantee you this. There will be no one, no fan of the Women's Super Schmoedown, past, present, or future, who will ever forget the name, the Shirewolves.
Accurate.
If I were younger and could watch something like this and could see people who look like me have the same passions as me and be recognized for those passions and be welcomed for those passions, I think that is super, super important.
An ad.
Yes, an ad.
An ad. Thank you. I did know that this was going to happen. We had a good run of no ads.
On the level with anybody is really something to be proud of.
Good timing ad.
Representation matters, and they are legitimately good women, good people, and they should inspire people. They inspire me. Playing with them, being on the Fight Club with them was a huge privilege.
God, all those times with Rachel, the belt winning was great, but it was hugging her, giving her the belt that one time when she won it. I don't want to see them retire, because they're my friends and I have a blast with them, and I love them. I couldn't have asked to lose in those big moments to a greater team.
It was an honor to play in the era of Clark and Rachel.
I'm glad to say that I know them. I'm proud to say that I know them.
I just want to say thank you to them for paving the way for me and other ladies who have come after them to feel like they can shine just as brightly.
You've been an inspiration for so many people, me included.
And it's more than just the Schmoedown. It's more than just trivia. It really matters to people out there, and I think that I really want to say thank you to them.
They've earned every bit of respect they have, and I consider them the greatest.
Anybody that tries to say that Clark and Rachel didn't earn every bit of success that they've had in this league is wrong.
You absolutely earned everything you got, but you also deserved it from the start.
Don't come back. I want to win my belt back. Hold on to it. Don't need you guys around for that. If you do come back, hopefully it's as my manager or something like that, because I'm sure I can learn a lot from the two of you queens.
I hope that they'll still be around in some capacity around here because this league needs their voices.
You hear it all the time. I want to do a Clark Day. I want to do a Rachel. Oh yeah, I don't know if I can be as good as Rachel was in that. I don't know if I can be as good as Clark was with that. And that's what the players are always going to try to be there. But I think that they'll also open up the door for many other women and many other competitors coming here for what their accomplishments have done.
For this moment in time and for this era of the Schmoedown, they were the league.
There's never been a team like you before. There will never be a team like you again. All I can think to say is well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, the movie trivia Schmoedown, team champions, legends, and future Hall of Famers, Clark Wolf, Rachel Kristen. I thank you so much for everything that you've done for this league, and we'll see you soon.
That was great. I know there's more in this video, but
well, there you have it, Kristen.
I think I'm gonna turn it off before they get to the party. We'll let Mark finish talking.
Great vid by so many fans, so many fellow competitors. The chairman himself.
Yeah,
in
I
that
won't
vid.
go through the whole
was
party.
not able to appear in that vid
because
I had
I'm
an
getting
arraignment.
really
So what I would do instead is just give my 2 cents right now, and then from the bottom of my
like
Rocky Mountain cold dead heart,
maybe
I would just say that the Shirewolves have proven to me that this is a guy who thought once you turn 22, you're just done making new friends. And with this league and with these
how
two
dead
ladies
inside will I be if I watch the rest of this video?
Somebody, you can start working with somebody. Somebody can be in a competitor in a league, and
Pretty
you can
dead
actually
inside.
forge a lifelong friend.
I'm gonna skip. I love everyone who's talking, but I don't know. I don't know that I could do it. Yeah, I mean, I do. I love all the people who made the rest of the video, but I don't know that I can do it. Mentally, physically, I'm really tired, and this definitely isn't helping the fact that now I'm really sad. Yeah, so the fact that they lost the match, I don't think even really matters at all because they did create such a legacy even before this match happened. You know, they didn't have anything to prove. They didn't have anything, you know, that they had to do at this point. They had the belts. They got them back. They defended them. All that. They proved that they were the top of the league and that you had to beat them to be the next top of the league. And Korruption did that. And that's awesome for them. I can't wait to see them defend the belt after whoever wins the tournament. You know, best of luck to whoever has to go up against Korruption because those guys are great. But yeah, it's not just winning matches, it's the whole package. And Clark and Rachel embody so much for so many people. And people are saying they're crying a lot about the rest of the video. I'm sorry. I love you guys, but I can't for another 30 minutes. I don't know that I could cry on camera for 30 more minutes without dying. But yeah, I mean, they mean so much to so many people, and you got to see just a piece of that in this video. And you know, whenever someone retires from the Schmoedown, it's kind of sad. And you know, there's been plenty of people who've retired before now, but definitely no one who's had the impact that Clark and Rachel have had on the league from so many respects. You've got two just really strong women who have inspired so many people to take more chances and to go out there and pursue things that they have always wanted to pursue. And that's amazing. And they're inspiring children and they're inspiring, you know, just so many people, myself included. And I certainly wouldn't be doing some of the things I'm doing now without their really strong, you know, presence. And I can't thank them enough for that. And I mean, they said it in one of their post-match interviews, and it played again in that video. If there was something like this when I was growing up that I could have watched and seen these strong women coming out and doing something that's super nerdy, you know, and just standing up and saying like, I am, you know, into this and this is what I want to do. If I had something like this when I was a little kid, when I was a little girl, I would have grown up with so many less doubts in my life. I would have grown up with so many less mental blocks for me going in and just like being myself around people all the time. Because honestly, growing up, being really into movies or into any kind of nerd culture as a female was so hard. And I'm lucky to have the people in my life that I do have that accept me for, all the nerdiness that I have. Like, new people will come into my house and they'll see all of our nerd decorations and they just assume they're all John's, and like, no, most of them are mine. It would have been amazing to have this when I was growing up. And the fact that there are so many kids out there now, like, they get to have this and they get to see Rachel and Clark just be amazing role models. That is so cool. And I don't think that there's anything in the Schmoedown that'll be better than that. Like, the legacy of the Schmoedown, if all it is a chance for two women to leave an amazing legacy that will help people to believe in themselves. I think that that's beautiful. And if that's all the Schmoedown ends up being, it's perfect. So that's all I have to say. This was a great match. You'll be able to hear all about it on the summit. And I'll probably cry more then. I don't know. We'll see. But I just want to thank you guys all for watching and hanging out in the chat. It's been great reading everyone's stuff. I'm sorry that I'm not going to watch the rest of it. I just really don't think I can handle it on camera. So I'll watch it after the camera's off, and I'll probably like cry buckets and I'll look really gross by myself. So thank you guys all for being in the chat. I appreciate everyone watching and sticking through this with me. You can find me at Smith_K10, the number, not the word, on Twitter, Instagram, and Stardust, even though I don't post anything on Stardust. You can also find me on Take 3 hosting the Schmoedown Reactor Summit, where we go over the week in Schmoedown news, videos, everything that we can fit into an hour or more. We've done more many times, and it's always good fun. And other than that, just around on Facebook and stuff, wherever you find people. Yeah, man, this was rough. Yeah, I'm gonna cry so much after this video is over, guys. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you go and leave a comment on the original video. Make sure you go and wherever you do your social media, tag the people in this match and just let them know how much you appreciated everything about this, because this was amazing. Thank Nerd Chronic for his amazing video at the beginning and the end, because that was tear jerking. Thank Kristen and Mark for creating this thing that has brought so many people together and made people just be able to take more control of their lives. And yeah, what a weird thing the Schmoedown is. What a weird life we live. Thank you guys all so much. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night. And yeah, go watch some Schmoedown. Peace.